So I wanted to talk about Hedera. Here it is, December 26th. It's almost the end of 2024. And I wanted to do a look back. I often talk about forest and trees. Trees are what you're dealing with on a day-to-day. Forest is, let's take a look at the whole thing. And how did we get here and why? So I'm reevaluating my entire portfolio. My disclaimer, big dumb animal, don't do what I do. Informational purposes only. I've been acquiring Hedera for about almost a year. I think my first purchase was around February. I just did a quick look back. And I bought it all year. My average price, it's under 10 cents. And it's up quite a bit with a nice multiple, yet I still hold everything I've been purchasing. It's also my largest holding. So end of the year, let's take a look at how I got here in terms of Hedera and why. And I'll also say I own about 60 different coins. If you've been watching my shows, you know I'm big into layer ones and DeFi, which for me encompasses many different financial areas, AI infrastructure, gaming infrastructure, things like that. But that's my biggest holding, Hedera, over time. Why? And I say over time, and that's important to note. It wasn't when I first started buying it. And as I learned and did more research, I realized this one has even more and more potential. The more I learned, the more I watched it grow, etc. So just real quickly, let's get into Hedera. As you see here, this is a daily chart going back over the course of a year for no other reason than to just show you the pricing, the price action, the fact that it ramped up here rather quickly. It's around 28, 29, 30 cents at the moment. It's been up to almost 40 cents, and I still hold all the Hedera I have, and out of my 60 coins, it is by far my biggest investment, my biggest single crypto coin investment. Okay, originally, I came to Hedera, and I was interested in things that most people would be interested in, right? How fast it is, seconds to finality, the average cost being extremely low, and the fact that it's pegged to the US dollar. Not that that matters, US dollar, but it's pegged to a fiat currency, meaning if the price of HBAR itself goes up, you're not going to pay more for a transaction. You're still going to pay 0.0001, whatever it is, and it varies depending upon the type of transaction, but it's still extremely low. And you'll just pay less HBAR because that price is going to stay low. Very important when you're talking about the market they're going after and the number of transactions they're going to do. No one out there is going to sign up to do anything with any type of crypto or any business whatsoever, not knowing what the cost is going to be. And then what's very interesting, you've probably seen charts, the amount of energy used is way lower than all the other blockchains. And Hedera is a hash graph, not a blockchain. Okay, so originally, apples to apples, if you're looking at the Solanas of the world or the Ethereums of the world, that's where everyone seems to benchmark. We're faster than them and we're cheaper than them. And then they talk about security and things like that, and that makes sense. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's just sort of some basic performance numbers. To give you an idea of what they do, this was interesting on Twitter. It was, let's see, this is Coinbase Camp. They put out a lot of good information. They did a 1-minute video on crypto on Hedera. They have basically 3 slides. How HBAR works. HBAR operates on a Hedera hash graph, uses a consensus algorithm called Gossip About Gossip Protocol and virtual voting that ensures fast, secure, fair transaction processing. Second thing, efficient transactions, 10,000 per second, extremely high speed. We'll talk about why it's going to get potentially even faster. And then lastly, dual utility, fuel for the network. Users pay for HBAR for transaction fees and services, such as smart contract execution and file storage. Network security, HBAR tokens are used for staking by network nodes, enhancing security, maintaining the integrity of the decentralized network. Okay, great. So you know generally what it does. You know that it's fast and it beats some other networks. But even if all the other networks were on par, again, not the reason that made me go even more in on Hedera. Quite frankly, what got me was the governing council. Having had many businesses myself, trying to get people to join a board or even just an advisory board, because when you join a board, there can be reasons that you might have certain types of liability you might want to get involved, might not want to get involved with. That's why people come up with advisory boards, because you can negate some of those issues. But their governing council is huge, and it includes an incredible amount of companies. And people say, it's no big deal, they don't do anything. Hedera Hashgraph is going after enterprise customers, attacking huge issues with large amounts of data. So when you talk about those sort of things, the sales cycle isn't, hey, do you want my product? Yeah, I'll buy it. Okay, you just sold it. No, it can be weeks, forget weeks. It can be months, if not 6 months. Or for those of you that are in enterprise sales, the sales cycle can be long. Now we're talking about a sales cycle of entirely new technology. That could be even longer. And they're going to want to do some proof of concept. They're going to want to test it out, that sort of thing. So it can be a while. But these names and what's on here is amazing. And then if you take that and you say, okay, is that impressive or not? Well, go look at all the other cryptos and look at their advisory boards, because they don't have governing councils, because they may deal with their voting and whatnot different, because Hedera uses a governing council when it comes to the governance of the coin itself. But that doesn't matter. Just look at the advisory boards of other businesses and who's there. And typically you're going to find the investors, people who may have put up money, then they're going to join the board. Great, but that's not what you're looking for. You're looking at future potential customers and huge businesses that can not only help you in the direction and grow the functionality of the Hedera network, but aren't they going to grow the functionality of the Hedera network in the direction that would best help them? Well, how is it going to best help them if they don't use it? So why are they even on the board? There's got to be a reason. So either they're thinking of using it, or they want to help guide it in a direction that, to get it to a point where it makes sense for them to use it. Bottom line, they're not on all the other crypto boards, so they see something here. Anyway, that's what got me excited about Hedera. Now, talking about speed, I just want to throw this up here. Look at this. It's about what's called sharding. Generally speaking, they're talking about the fact that Hedera plans to implement sharding eventually. When it comes to scalability, it says it will allow a large volume of transactions by dividing the network into smaller shards, which enables parallel processing. So if Hedera is able to implement this sharding, there are 10,000 transactions a second. From, I think what I've seen, it was maybe somewhere around 100,000 potentially. So that doesn't look like a sticking point or a problem. Incredibly fast, low cost, fixed costs. And you've got all of these companies that are implemented in it. That's another reason, yet another reason, why I haven't sold any yet. Icing on the cake, I didn't get into Hedera for DeFi. I got into other projects for DeFi. But on Hedera, here's 2023 right here, around 30 million. Beginning of 24, around 60 million. And then it shot up this summer and it shot up again. It's around 175 million. And some of these DEXs and lending protocols and others that are on the Hedera network have really started to blow up. Bonzo Finance, if I'm not mistaken, just started in November. So it's only been around for about 2 months. And it's been hitting one metric after another. Very impressive. To me, that's just icing on the cake. As I say, I like to go back and look at the past. And here we are on this particular thumbnail that I put up. It was just November of this year. It was number 49, Hedera, in terms of market cap size compared to the other cryptos. This is from CoinMarketCap. On December 1st, it was number 25. Today, it hit number 16. Where's it going to be when everything blows up? I don't know. But if I look at CoinMarketCap and I start here with Hedera, can it beat Sui? I think with its momentum, it can definitely beat Sui. However, I believe Sui is going to rise up the chart quite a bit as well. Shiba Inu, well, Shiba, whatever, meme coin, it could shoot up, it could shoot back down, so could others. Chainlink's been around for a while. I think their market cap will grow. I think, in my opinion, Hedera has a much larger trajectory. Chainlink's been around. We know what it does. I think there's more interesting projects coming out on Hedera, more of them, and it will make it grow faster than something like a Chainlink, even though I like Chainlink and I have it. Toncoin, Avalanche, Tron, Cardano. I believe it's going to pass all of them. Doge, who knows? Stablecoin, USDC. I expect, in my opinion, I think Hedera will break the top 10. So there you have it. I think Hedera will probably hit or break the top 10. Pricing wise, I think $1 is going to be no problem, and it could be substantially more. That's why I'm still holding on to it. That could always change. Have a great day. Hope this was helpful. As I always say, hope we can make generational wealth together with crypto. Thanks for watching.